You're listening to the What the Wrestling Podcast, the show that brings you all things wrestling with your host, RJD.
Oh, you already know what time it is. And no NXT. That's coming tomorrow.
Surprise, motherfucker.
AEw coming to you live. I believe Columbus, Ohio. And we had ourselves a good show. And we're going to get into it. But first, check out my socials. That's right, technical difficulties aside, we're going to keep the ball rolling. Follow me, RJD, RJD_199 on Instagram, RJ699 on Twitter, RJD199 on Snapchat. But most importantly, follow What's the Wrestling on Facebook and YouTube and TikTok. Follow What the Wrestling on Spotify and Anchor for the audio version. Let's go! Yes. Tis I, RJD here. Welcome to What the Wrestling, the show that brings you all things wrestling. I am your host, RJD. And as you can see, we had technical difficulties. We got video difficulties, but it's okay. We're going to keep the ball rolling, and my skin is smooth as hell. So shout out to me. But anyway, Man, it's another scorcher out there. I should have been in the pool. We got ourselves a heat wave. We got WWE on point finally. We got AEW on point finally. Man, wrestling fans are happy all over the place. And it's a beautiful thing.
You activated my trap card.
Now let us get into the show. But before we do, hit the like button. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. What the Wrestling? You guys already know what it is. Now, let's get into the show. AEw Dynamite coming to you live from Columbus, Ohio. We had ourselves a good show last night. We started off with Jay Lethal versus the Orange One, Orange Cassidy. And we had our normal Orange Cassidy shenanigans in the beginning, but the end came where we had a back and forth, and Orange Cassidy finally gets the DDT, but he got a 2 count. But because Jay Lethal had worked on his knee, that was the heat during the match. The heat during the match was him kicking the hell out of his knee, and Jay Lethal finally gives a super kick to his knee and then hits him for the lethal injection. And that was all she wrote. But I am finally happy Jay Lethal got a win on TV. Because, I mean, he lost to homeboy Rick. He lost to Ric Flair. He lost the week before that. He lost to Joe. Jay Lethal needed a win here. He needed a win bad, and he finally got one. Thank the Lord. So, after the match, Sanjay and Statman beat the holy hell out of him. They cut a promo saying that Lethal kicked Orange ass, but Wardlow was talking junk, and he was going to take some stuff out on Wardlow because he wanted to protect Cassidy, and then we went to break Cassidy's leg, but Wardlow, Mr. Mayhem, shows up and chases the heels off. Now, Lethal now has a match versus the Orange One next week for the TNT Championship. If you like it, I love it. I can't be mad at that. The only thing I would say is we need Wardlow on TV more often, because Wardlow was hot because he was on TV, as Roman Reigns would say, smashing people. So they need to put him back on TV and get him smashing people like they're supposed to. Afterwards, we had the Undisputed Elite making their entrance, leading Adam Cole, leading the charge with Red Dragon and the Bucks. Adam Cole came out and cut a promo talking about loyalty. He says, listen, there's nothing better than having friends, and your friends are the people you rock with, and they rock with you. And there's a lot of things that goes into the success of the group. Key thing being loyalty. And then he went on to talk about loyalty, and he said, you know what? Unfortunately, I am not medically cleared, but I came to AEW because of the Young Bucks. Now that's loyalty. I've traveled all over the globe with Red Dragon. That's loyalty. But he said, you know what? I'm not medically cleared, but unfortunately, the Young Bucks, you're not going to be able to participate in the Trios tournament. And he said, no, wait. I'm sorry, I misspoke. Being that you guys haven't picked Bobby Fish to be your third member, you won't be allowed to compete in the tournament. Oh, but what I really mean is you won't be physically allowed to compete in the tournament.
Surprise, motherfucker.
And we have ourselves a good old-fashioned heel turn. The Undisputed Elite implodes on itself, and the Red Dragon and Adam Cole turn on the Young Bucks, beating the holy hell out of them. Fish chokes out one of the Bucks. O'Reilly hits another one of the Bucks, and they are about to go try to break Matt Jackson's neck when somebody's music hits.
Surprise, motherfucker.
The Cowboys' music hits, cowboy shit, and the Hangman Adam Page runs down for the save with a lead pipe. Crowd goes crazy. Adam Page is like, I don't know if I trust you. And he's looking at him. He's looking at Matt Jackson. He's looking at Matt Jackson, looking at Nick, and he's like,
Emotional damage.
And he gives him the hand and picks him up, and the crowd goes crazy for this. Yes, yes. Now, this is a beautiful angle. I love it. But where does this leave Kenny Omega? Kenny Omega is on his way back sooner rather than later, because Tony Khan said he would not introduce the trio's titles until Omega was ready to come back. So does Hangman go with the Bucks? Or does Omega go with the Bucks? Does Don Callis come back with Omega? Does Omega come back by himself? Who knows? All I know is that I can't wait for Mr. Kenny Omega to come back. And man, this is going to be absolutely fantastic, the story that they are telling. And I can't wait to see it. Mr. Moxley cut a promo saying he doesn't care if Wheeler Yuta or The Wizard. Chris Jericho wins. He's coming for blood and he's going to beat either one of them. Cool. Then we had Christian Cage being involved again with Jungle Boy. Christian has a promo with Tony Schiavone. Jungle Boy rides up, riding dirty, and pulls up in a car and chases off Christian Cage. And then Christian is like,
"How dare you?
How dare you come after me with a car?" And Jungle Boy is like, "I'm gonna kill you." Jungle Boy basically rolled up and was like, so Christian Cage runs off. Then we had the Doctor, Britt Baker, DMD, and Jamie Hayter versus Thunderstorm, Thunder Rosa, and Tony Storm. This was one hell of a match, and it sets up a lot because Battle of the Belts is on Saturday. Wait, you didn't know either? Neither did I. I forgot.
How dare you?
Listen, man, shit happens. Shit happens, okay? But Saturday is Battle of the Belts, and we have ourselves a Battle of the Belts match because of the end result of this. So the end result of this is Thunderstorm has a handle on this match, and Tony Storm is hip attacking both of the DMD members. I mean, she is throwing her ass into both of their faces. And I mean, how do you take that move and not have whiplash? I mean, like Paige can never take that move, ever. With the bad neck that she has, Paige, she would have to take it like on her shoulder, like this. Like there's no way she could take that move. But the Doctor pulls Thunder Rosa in front of one of the hip attacks. Tony Storm doesn't know what's going on. She's like, "Hey, what happened?" And then Jamie Hayter hits her with the Rainmaker. She basically hits her with the Rainmaker, the pull apart clothesline for the win. So Tony Storm gets herself a title match with Thunder Rosa. Could Jamie Hayter potentially beat Thunder Rosa and then go on to feud with Britt Baker because she won the title? Or feud with Tony Storm or Ruby Soho or anyone else? I like the fact that we don't know. I'm actually hoping Thunder Rosa loses because it would make things very interesting to see if Jamie Hayter could go against Tony Storm. I mean, could go against Britt Baker because Britt Baker would be jealous of her. I wonder. Or maybe Britt Baker cost her the victory. I love it. And for Tony Storm, sucks, but you can't win them all. So that was fine. Then we have Eddie Kingston cutting a promo on Sammy Guevara because him and Ty Conte got married. Congrats to them. Let's give them a round of applause. And Eddie Kingston basically says, "Man, look at this guy getting married. Congrats, but nobody cares. Sammy, I'm gonna hurt you. And Eddie Kingston wants a match with Sammy. Tony Khan made it official, signed the contract. So, shout out to Eddie Kingston. He's awesome. Then we got Taz saying that Team Taz is officially broken up. Powerhouse, Starks, and Hook are all on their own, and he wishes them nothing but the best. Powerhouse Hobbs beats Ren Jones in a squash. The revolution is televised. Mr. Ricky Starks comes down, has a little scrabble with Powerhouse Hobbs, but Powerhouse Hobbs literally scooped him up. Like he went to jump and scooped him up in midair and spine busted the holy hell out of him. If anybody should be winning with a spine buster, it's Powerhouse Hobbs. That guy, perfect, savage. Next we had Christian Cage versus Matt Hardy. Christian Cage gets the win with the kill switch. So, because Hardy, I think he went through a table on the floor. Christian rolled him back over, kill switch, good night. Christian Cage, then Mr. Luchasaurus then comes back out, and he comes out in black again. He's not a babyface, I'm telling you, he's not. And it was a dupe because
Surprise, motherfucker.
Jungle Boy comes out of the crowd and goes to beat him up, and he has a Christian is a pussy shirt.
You've activated my trap card.
They're going to sell a lot of those shirts, trust me. So that happened. We had Daniel Garcia cutting a promo saying that Bryan Danielson was the biggest win of his career, and he is going to slay the dragon because he beat the American Dragon. Good for him. Then we have All Ego Ethan Page with a live mic, and he is mad. Why isn't Ethan Page on TV? Why don't we see Ethan Page every week? Why? And Stokely Hathaway comes down the ring, makes his entrance. Ethan Page doesn't even realize he's there for about 30 seconds.
Surprise, motherfucker.
And Ethan Page is saying, you guys didn't support me. Ethan Page should be on TV. The crowd goes crazy. But he's like, don't clap for me. You buy Orange Cassidy's shirt. You buy another shirt. You don't buy my shirt.
Emotional damage.
And Stokely Hathaway is like, bro,
stop it. Get some help.
Relax. He gives him his card. He calms down. Tranquilo. He calms down and finally gets his ass out of the ring. And let's see if Stokely Hathaway joins, Ethan Page joins Stokely Hathaway. Now listen, stop the show. You know what? He's right.
How dare you?
Ethan Page should be on TV because Ethan Page is awesome. Everybody knows Ethan Page is awesome. So he should definitely be on TV more, and he shouldn't be losing as much.
Respect my authority!
I respect it. Next we had Daddy Magic, Matt Menard, and Anna Jay. They had an interview backstage. They saying Jericho's gonna win the world title a second time. Anna Jay talking about she's gonna choke everybody out. And I'm not gonna lie,
Get the fuck out of here!
I don't believe you. You need more people. Anna Jay should just be the sexy badass who chokes people out. She's about it, as Tate would say. She's about it. She doesn't have to say, I'll choke you out, I'll choke you out, I'll choke you out, get over here. Like, no, baby girl, no.
Nope.
No. All she needs to do is come in, she's hot, she's blonde, and she chokes people the F out. That's it.
Perfect.
She don't gotta keep saying, I'll choke you out, I'll choke you out. She doesn't need to do that. She's too cool for that. You too cool, baby girl. She needs to be cool with it, not loud with it, if that makes sense. So, shout out to Anna Jay though. I think they'll tweak it and she'll be okay. Then we had the Gun Club versus the Acclaimed. Yo, listen. But we didn't even get that at first because the Gun Club came out and then Bowens came down and hit everybody with trash cans before they could even start the rap. And then Mr. Caster said, stop my music. He had a dope Vince McMahon line in there. He said, I'll have you go and retire. He said, I'll have you requesting your retirement like Vince McMahon. Oh, and everybody went crazy. Oh. So to me, Max Caster, dope. That brother needs a mic every time he comes out. So this was a very fun match. So the end came where one of the gun-ass boys went to the top rope, went to the top of the entrance ramp, and he was standing on one of the tubes, and Max Caster throws him into a dumpster that was on the top stage, and then Bowen sets up the other ass boy, and he's like, listen, jump, do the mic drop. And you can see Max Caster going off. He was like, damn. He jumps off, hits the mic drop from the top rope, from the top of the tube.
You stupid.
That probably sucked. And then they threw the ass boys into the dumpster, threw the dumpster off. It landed on the crash pad. I don't care. I don't want nobody to die. If I see the crash pad, it's okay. There's some people who are like, oh, Jericho went through a crash pad. It didn't look real. He should have not went through a crash pad. It's like, are you stupid?
You stupid.
He better go through a crash pad or else he's going to die, idiot. So these guys put them in a dumpster. It went over a crash pad. There was probably padding in the dumpster. That's fine. I want everybody to make it home to their loved ones, and I want to see them another week. So the crash pad is fine with me. Like, I'm not one of those excessive people. Like, I don't want nobody to die out there. But the ass boys lose. Sucks to be them. We then had Rampage. We have a bunch of Rampage matches being set up. And then we have the main event, Wheeler Yuta versus The Wizard, Chris Jericho. In the middle of this, in the very beginning of this match, everybody came down, but then here comes Claudio Castagnoli. He comes down and he's like, I got my eye on 2.0. I'm tired of these guys interfering. But they ended up interfering, and Aubrey Edwards kicked them out and basically was like,
Get the fuck out of here!
Stupid.
So it was a one-on-one match. Great. So the end came when Wheeler Yuta does the regal stretch, but Jericho grabs the bat. Referee Aubrey Edwards takes the bat away from him. Chris uses the distraction to hit Wheeler Yuta in the balls. Ouch.
Stupid.
And then he hits the Judas effect, but he rolls through with a seatbelt pin, almost gets the pin, but Jericho kicks out, and then he puts him in the Lion Tamer with his knee on the back of Yuta's neck. That's not the walls of Jericho. That's the Lion Tamer, and Wheeler Yuta is forced to tap out. Post-match, Jericho refuses to break the hold. Jon Moxley comes down and makes the save. Chris Jericho runs away with the mic. He calls out Mox and he says, "You've just unleashed the demon and opened up Pandora's box. Next week, he wants the last survivor of the Stu Hart dungeon. He wants the Lion Heart. You got it." But he's going to stretch the shit out of Jon Moxley and walk out the AEW World Heavyweight Champion.
Oh, yeah!
AEW was good this week, y'all. Good show, as always. What I like this week is that AEW set up, they set up a lot of feuds. They got Wardlow feud they set up. They got Moxley and Jericho, they're progressing. They got the Young Bucks and Red Dragon they set up. We know Omega's probably on his way back. They set up a lot of things moving forward, and that's what I like. So I hope they continue to do that next week. Well, Saturday we got Battle of the Belts. Friday we got Rampage. Looking forward to both shows. Oh, we also got the Christian Cage and Jungle Boy stuff. So AEW is moving things along, and that's what we need. Keep moving things along, keep making things make sense, and that's what we love AEW for. So Tomorrow I have news on Warner Media. There's a lot of things going on, and I'm going to tell you why I think it's going to be very difficult. Very, very difficult for Tony Khan to get more money out of TNT. I'll talk about that tomorrow, and I will have more news to bear. But until then,
fuck this shit, I'm out.
I am out of here. Everybody stay cool. We got a heat wave, baby. And we also have my socials on the screen. You already know. So with that being said, I am RJD. Check out my socials. Hit the like button. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Everybody be safe. I am out. See you guys tomorrow. Peace.